Hey there guys, and welcome back to Shapes.io. I've had a slight issue with my microphone not recording when I recorded the video, so this is me from the future, watching it back as I edit it, trying to do a voiceover. Last time we unlocked mixing, so we're working on purple circles now to unlock the next level. I can't remember what the next level gets, I only just played it, but it unlocks something. And I'd marked out this space for purple circles because I'd found blue, red and circle deposits all right next to each other. I don't know why I've stopped. I'm sure there's a reason for it. Here we go. I must have been looking something up. But I've worked out the number of colour mixes I need optimally is 6 to allow the full capacity of the belts to be used. And so I'm trying to squeeze it in between the blue and red dyes. I will soon realise that there is not enough space there. As much as I would like there to be enough space, it is not possible to fit it all in. And at that point, who knows what I do? Least of all me, because my short-term memory is terrible. I'm reasonably confident I don't move it all though, because that would make sense. So here I'm trying to work out how to get all of the extractors I need for the blue dye. I think I need 5 extractors to deal with those 6 mixers and fill up the belt. And getting 5 extractors in this space was not easy. I think I sort of mess about with it, and eventually I managed to squeeze in these in the smallest space possible, looping back on themselves, while still having some of the circles ready to mine. So there's the blue dye in. Now we have to tunnel under to be able to get red dyes into these mixing machines. Of course I've only done half of them. It would make sense if I did all of them, wouldn't it? Obviously. There we go. I'm going back and doing the last one now. Or the last 2 in fact. I've put too many splitters in at the end again, obviously. And now I'm realising my mistake. I've only got 4 deposits of red and I can't access one of them. So I've effectively only got 3 deposits. So I think about it for a minute, considering what do I do? And quickly realise I need to delete it. And even then I've only got 4. Or 3, still only got 3 that I can access really. Because I don't have chaining extractors yet, so I try and do what I can to squeeze this in. And I managed to get 3 extractors out, which I could have done anyway, so this isn't much of an improvement. And then I consider where else could I get red from, and there is nowhere else. That doesn't stop me, I don't believe. Oh no, I just narrowed down the amount of blue I'm collecting to 3 as well. Now with 3 blue and 3 red extractors I don't need the 6 mixers, but I've still got them for some reason. Because why would I delete them? I guess if I deleted them I'd have space to do enough red, but my thought process is generally a little weird, and I don't always understand what my thought process is. When I watched back the first 2 videos I was at a loss as to how I missed some things, so I've got that going for me. So now I'm puzzling over the optimal layout for painters. It's there is one, I've worked it out, I know what the optimal layout is, it's just duplicating that on different orientations is always the issue. And this will continue throughout the entire series. Until I unlock cloning areas, I will always be stuck with building these painting areas, with how on earth do I get the optimal layout constructed. But I think I've got it now. I'm actually able to get access to all of the painters, and then I realise, no, I still don't have it. I still can't get that painter in. So I end up having to go and look elsewhere where I've done other painting jobs and try and work out what I did there. But where have I done other painting? There's some painting. Back when I painted the blue rectangle shapes. So trying to work out which, I don't know, I guess angle they're on. And then I've already forgotten. By the time I've deleted what I had, I've already forgotten what it looked like. So double checking. Working out how far apart they are and which orientation. And maybe I'll get it right this time. Probably not. Don't anticipate it. I know now, being the future, that I can use T to cycle the variant to get the paint input on the other side. At the time I was annoyed that I had the paint inputs on the left, and I'd have to bring the purple underneath to get it in. I know now that there's an alternative option, but at the time I didn't. No, I've got it wrong again. Let's go and see what I need to fix. Oh, it's because I've done 2x3 rather than 3x2. So let's just place those there, and that should, finally we've got it right. We can actually access all of the ports now. So now we put the tunnels in. All 4 of the dye tunnels, then all of the input tunnels, and then the output tunnels. One there and one there. Then we split the outputs together and connect up the conveyor belts. Get the paint inputs split and connect those up, and then we split the main shape inputs, the circle inputs. And there we go, so we've got 3 circle generators, extractor things feeding into these 6 painters, which are also being fed by the 6 mixers, which is overkill for the amount of dye I'm creating because I don't have enough extractors on the paints. But it's all fine. And now I have to bridge underneath, and I realise I don't have enough space on that row. But I do on the row below. So there we go. Connect up the splitter and connect it round into the input. In a second I realise I've left a conveyor belt out in the middle of that setup. Or I won't, I'll just ignore it forever. One or the other. I have a tendency to do this. So that's going to limit the productivity of that production line a little bit. But oh well. Oh, I've accidentally made a marker. Delete that. Trying to pan around with right click in the zoomed out map is not ideal because right click just creates a marker. So now looking at the upgrades, what else can I make? We've got purple circles coming. I'm thinking red fans is probably useful, red windmills is probably useful for the painting upgrades. Mixing and painting is awfully slow at the moment, so where can I find some fans on the map? I might just skip this bit because I quickly realise I can't. There are no fans anywhere on the map, and while I could cut fans off of elsewhere, like there's some fans on some squares, I can't stack them together yet, so I wouldn't be able to make the shape. So we'll just skip to where I'm doing something useful. Here we are, we've almost finished collecting the purple circles needed to upgrade to the next level. I think it's level 10. My screen's a little small, I can't see. Yeah, this is the end of level 9, we're going into level 10, so we've just unlocked the merger. It's a variant of theta, or balancer as the game calls it. So it's a lot better at combining 2 lines together than the original splitter was. So I'll start using these in the future to do any combining onto conveyor belts. Has a lot less waste because the splitter requires a couple of items in the output that's not being used. So now the next level requires cyan stars. So now I'm thinking, where can I make cyan stars? Where's worth making them? Is there anywhere that has the blue and green needed for cyan, as I'm showing there? and also the stars nearby. And yes, I decide up here is the perfect place. There's some blue and green, and there's some stars off to the side. So we put the 5 extractors on the green, and for some reason pause. Here we go. I've just unlocked the mergers, but of course I'm still going to use the splitters for this for some unknown reason. I've consciously ignored the presence of the mergers. So we've got the green, then again 5 extractors on the blue, and again I use the splitters instead of the mergers. And now I've got these 2 lines of colour, and I need to mix them together. So of course I've opened up the painter. Here we go, the mixer. I believe I still need 6 of them, but I'm going to think about it a little bit, and then consider where to place them. So here we go. I figure out that down here is probably best. 6, apparently 7 is what I'm going to go for. I don't understand why either, but apparently it's what I'm doing. I'll remove the end splitter and have each one go into one of the mixers across the top, and then we have to get the green in as well, but we'll put the tunnels in first so that it can get underneath and I know the spacing. There we go. Tunnels, connect into them, and then bring the green down into that splitter. And now I think I for the first time use the merger to combine all of the outputs from these mixers. So it takes up a lot less space. You can just do one line and all the conveyor belts connect into it. And now I'm looking at, I need to paint. I've got these cyan dyes and I've got the stars above, and I need to combine them all together in a paint. So what's the best way to do this? And I've still not discovered that I can cycle variants and rotate and flip this machine, so I'm still torturing myself with having the dice come in on the other side. And I know I need 9 of these, I think, or something like that. Or 8, I think I needed at the time. And so I, instead of, you have to do them in batches of maximum of 6 in my layout, so I've chosen to do 2 batches of 4 here as the best way to split it up. I'm apparently using the splitters on the output again rather than the mergers. Who knows why? Well, apparently past me when I was recording this knows why, I would assume. Or I was just doing it because I was on autopilot, one or the other. Both are viable options. And then I'm considering how many extractors I need onto this system. I think it's 2.5 if the die needs 5 extractors being split between the 2 sets, and this setup needs 2.5. So I realised it's better just to combine 5 together and then split it out into 2 immediately. Which apparently I'm going to do in a separate splitter, even though I could have just done it in the first one. Because that makes sense. Clearly. I know what I'm doing. I can play this game, yes? Maybe it's good that I don't have Factorio. You imagine this in Factorio. And bad enough as it is. There we go, the outputs are all set up. I'll combine them with splitters, again, rather than mergers, because... Oh no, I've just realised I can use mergers, there we go. That's my brain catching up with my... Well, whatever I'm doing. It's like, hang on a second, there's an alternative option here. And I'm considering, do I really want that? Yes, I do. Apparently I want that. Now, can I merge, well, later? No. I want it like that instead. And then I want the other one the end one to be the other one, so it can go down. And you can sort of chain them together like this. So all of them combine into one conveyor belt now. So now it's just a matter of splitting the dies into their relevant painting machines. And I've not left myself a great deal of space for this, although it is just enough. It was just enough. Oh no, I'm going to do it down here, okay. I'm going to remove that, put a tunnel in instead, and put the splitter there. I guess I needed to bring the dies in from underneath, didn't I? Yeah, the dies down there, so that makes sense. Bring it in from there. Split it off, immediately regret the placement of that splitter. Bring that underneath and up. Split those off. Combine them in. And up it goes. And now we have the cyan stars, so I just have to put in a marker where I'm not sure if I've explained this, but the first letter in capitals of a pair is the shape, and the second letter is the colour in lowercase. You start in the top right of your shape and work round. And then you can use a colon, and you can do another shape, and that will be the next layer up. So in this case, cyan stars, cyan is C and star is S, so it's SC, 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 SC. Now I've just worked out what this unlocks. This unlocks the stacker that I've been waiting for, so I can unlock mixing and painting. And there's just completing the upgrade that I'd forgotten about earlier, that I'd missed. And so now the cyan stars start going into the factory, and we'll probably leave it here, as that's going to take a bit of time to build up. But once the stacker is unlocked, we can start doing the red windmills and upgrade mixing and painting, which is currently generally our bottleneck and the awkward one that requires a lot of machines. I decide I'm going to delete this area that I don't need anymore. Not using any of those shapes, they can probably be removed. And then all the waypoints can be removed as well, all the markers. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.